I'll be right back. Who do you want to start on?
I would like to start on Razy.
2,
Okay.
1. Fight.
To
We are starting on Razy, who immediately tries to stack up on weaponry and armor. Gets the red armor spawn, got full arsenal, rocket, LG, and rail. Both players engaging in LG duel. No real winner in that fight, as cYpHeR disengages once the red armor comes up. cYpHeR has to be careful though, as the Mega Health, of course, comes up a little bit later now. That's going to be a full rotation now for Razy. Very advantageous position. 200 stack for Razy. Just 100 health for cYpHeR. And even the red armor is going to be taken. cYpHeR on the high ground. They get 2 unreturned rails. Here comes 1 rail for Razy. He's going to make a very aggressive play here. Very good damage, actually, by cYpHeR. That's gonna put Razy in a slightly uncomfortable position, but thankfully for him, he does have the positioning already for the heavy armor, the red. But with the item times being so close, that's going to allow cYpHeR to at least get the Mega. There's no real difference between the stacks, and it's all gonna come down to who hits the better shots. It is going to be cYpHeR, in the end, who dances around the pillar and finds the first frag of his own, but as he tries to play it very aggressive off of Razy's spawn, ends up going down, and a beautiful rail by Razy is going to send cYpHeR packing. Plasma gun in hand, he's not deterred though. 2 rails by Razy, and with no reliable long-range option, cYpHER's in a world of trouble. He is able to repel Razy for the time being. Steals the red armor. Shotgun, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it does send a warning signal. Gets the message across. Razy's gonna hear cYpHER creeping up from below. Ooh, a great rocket there. That's gonna send Razy to the low ground, and another great rocket. cYpHER showing why he is the best player of his own category. Razy even able to get out of the corner there, as he went for the yellow armor. cYpHER not really pushing his advantage, and I mean, I don't believe he does. He needs to. A lot of respect coming out from the Belarusian. So very favorable damage exchange for cYpHER. In terms of accuracy, both players very similar, 60% versus 66% rail. But the tables have turned. Razy's inability to get clean fights has put him in a horrible position. The very, very clean frag for cYpHER now. With the item times being so split up, it's gonna be hard for Razy to get anything really done here. Four minutes in, we're at a score of 2-4 now. cYpHER going to play a little bit far forward, just to make sure that he does not get ambushed by Razy, even actually moving away from the Mega Health to try and get another frag. There it comes out. A great rocket by Razy before he goes down. Does Razy get a spawn that he can actually get the Mega Health from? Does not look like that's going to be the case. It's going to be another full rotation for the legendary Belarusian player.
5-minute warning.
It's going to be a very daunting task, but Razy has to find an opportunity to get some kind of free damage. Stay alive and maybe try and get some free damage. If he can steal a major item off the top of that, even better. cYpHeR actually moving over to the red armor first, even though Mega was up. Razy is completely unaware of that, and he's going to end up giving up both items, setting the item times even further apart. Oh, and cYpHER's rail just keeps on connecting. That's two more, and that's just two more rails that Razy cannot afford to take at this position. We are past the halfway point of the match. And on a map like Furious Heights, it can be very difficult to make up that difference. 3 frags is what Razy needs. Just to tie the game up. Razy trying to get angles. He is going to hear the Mega Health being picked up. That's going to give him crucial information. cYpHER unaware of where Razy is. Razy's taking a very defensive position. Rails exchange, but again, just the stack difference is so huge that Razy cannot afford to do rail exchanges. He needs clean damage. Just 100 health. On Razy. cYpHER keeps rotating these items. He's so far ahead in control that breaking it becomes a massive problem. Even the yellow armors are set up in such a way at this point that stealing one of them seems like an impossible task. Razy able to actually get on time for the red armor. cYpHER still with a massive stack advantage, but not pushing it. If there is one player who has significant damage output potential, where even 100 stack difference could not be enough, Razy is one of those opponents. Good rail there by Razy, but as he goes for the Mega Health, he ends up getting floated, and Razy pinned against the wall. Stealing the Mega in the process, not really paying off. The red armor steal may have been a good attempt there and a potential start of his comeback, but in the end, it's for nothing. cYpHER is going to be able to pick up 2 more frags, one after another. 2 minutes remaining, 5 frag difference now. Tough times for Razy. Oh dear. Make that 6 frags now. well-timed drop. The game is pretty much over, but yeah, like cYpHER still playing it very well. Like his timing on when he expects Razy to come through the teleporter, you know, like these top-down rails. It's beautiful execution. cYpHER keeping himself warmed up. GG is going to be called by Razy. Final score is going to be 0-10, is that correct? Did Razy actually end up blowing himself up another time? I guess so.
Apparently. And apparently 10 minutes is not enough for me to shove my whole lunch in my mouth. But I'm getting there. But yeah, Razy did play with more composure than against Firebot, so that's nice to see.
How did actually the first two matches go? Was like crazy, like overly aggressive? Because I imagine that's like the way that he could really lose against Firebot.
Yeah, he was playing like playing Quake champions, right? Like he got. Well, I think he tried the first 4 minutes, but he took a jump at while hoping to out damage
3,
with
2,
the LG while
1.
soaring through the air, and he got away with that stuff in Quake Champions, but in Quake Live it's not happening.
Yeah, and I mean Firebot. Firebot's not one of those players that you see mentioned all that often, but still, like his damage output should be respected, especially in a scenario like that, where you're already at a disadvantageous position going up a jump pad. Anyways, who are we starting on? We are on map number 2.
I'm on Razy. Yeah.
On Razy. Ooh, very good damage output by Razy. Off to a pretty good start. The yellow armor is up, and cYpHeR are gonna try and dance his way as far as away as possible from his opponent, but not happening. First blood once again going to Razy, but as we saw previously, first blood, it's only a temporary victory. cYpHeR, he's missing quite a lot of weaponry, and I like this trap by Razy actually. Not even trying to contest the red armor there. Ooh, but a lot of damage by cYpHeR off spawn with the rocket launcher. Great rocket! Not gonna be enough in the end. As long as Razy can actually maintain this weapon advantage, I think he's in a very good position. Oh dear god. Struck down from the sky.
Yeah, it's comes really down to the pushback in Quake Live is just like much more than in the Quake Champions. Although the latest patch did equalize that a bit.
It's like yeah, at this point it's kind of similar, but yeah, I don't know what exactly is it. But in Quake Live, it really feels like if you get floated, there's just no way that you're going to be out damaging your opponent. Even though, like, the LG is very similar in both games at this point. Especially if we're talking about the pings that they're currently playing on. Razy on 250 stack, cYpHeR on approximately 170. Red armor coming up in 5 seconds. Razy already setting up. cYpHeR in the meantime gonna use those green armors and the health bubbles. Just the 5 health bubble bonuses. They don't seem much, but they do add up, and that's actually allowed cYpHeR to get up to a pretty reasonable 250 stack himself. Oh, Razy catches cYpHeR looking at the wrong direction, but in the end, Jesus Christ, so much damage inflicted by cYpHeR. Given that, like, Razy had such a good opening, I'm surprised it went as bad as it did. Oh, but these rails and cYpHeR succumbing to Newton.
Yeah, is it Newton's law?
I mean, he didn't invent gravity as a concept.
Oh.
You know where I'm going with this. Oh no, Razy getting the click! Razy getting the click! Unable to switch to the rail in time. That's going to be a red armor and actually a full rotation now for cYpHeR. Razy playing pretty aggressive off spawn as well. Trying to get some rail damage. Gotta dodge those rockets, but as he tries to do that, the rail finds its way. 4-2 now. Gotta be careful now. We've seen that, like, yeah, if Razy is in control, he's in a pretty good position. He does tend to take pretty risky fights, and if he wins them, like, he wins them hard. But at the same time, whenever it doesn't really work out, like, he's just given up his advantage. Raising, even inflicting a little bit of damage himself. cYpHeR now. Rock jumping to get the red armor. Mega health coming up in 10 seconds. cYpHeR hunting for his opponent first and foremost. Gotta get a good position before committing to the major item. Very good damage output.
Reishi riding the lightning, yeah!
5-minute warning.
Yeah, solid control by cYpHeR. Reishi does get the light. But, yeah, I see. Playing the clock while he doesn't get a chance to.
Yeah, just 56 health now on Reishi.
Well, he did do decent damage before dying. If he has an okay spawn, well, no. cYpHeR is immediately doing business.
Yeah, and Reishi, like, he gets an okay spawn in that situation, but at the same time, he doesn't really have weaponry, and he had a choice to make here, you know, like, try and steal the Mega, or get weaponry and maybe try and get some extra damage, but that didn't really work out, as Reishi just was ends up caught with his back turned. Doesn't steal the Mega either. Has to be careful now, though. I actually really like this jump by cYpHeR. It puts Reishi in a position where he just can't really achieve anything.
Yeah, it was like going through the portal, he would meet cYpHeR. Being below, he got damaged by cYpHeR. Yeah, and the stack that he had didn't create an escape option for him at all.
Indeed, and this might be looking like it could actually turn into a repeat of what we saw on map number 1, Furious Heights, where Reishi, despite his early advantage, falters as soon as he falls out of control. We're trying to go for the gauntlet there, very cheeky. He is gonna survive that encounter. But again, he's taken so much damage that it's hard for him to stay on the map for long. Especially given that, like, cYpHeR, you can see, like, he's timing even the yellow armor down to the second. There's just nothing for Reishi to pick up. There's actually nothing left.
Great composure and control by cYpHeR. He really got the map on lockdown.
Indeed, we can see that even the green armors, as I said, like, they don't provide a whole lot, 25 armor each, but they add up, and Reishi really needs them when he's out of control. But cYpHER's just not giving anything up. Very aggressive push coming out from cYpHER, and you can't blame him. Shotgun range, railgun.
81% accuracy on the railgun.
Jesus.
Ouch.
He did fire only 11, but still, that's tough. That's really tough.
Yeah.
That's gonna be 2-0 victory for cYpHER. Razy, yeah, maybe not showing up today as well as he possibly could.
Well, it looked certainly better than against Firebolt.
I mean, yeah, like
But it's also a bit cYpHER's style for not going ham from the beginning. Like it's usually like the second or third minute that he's really yeah, switching to pressuring the opponent. So yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. Good play by cYpHER, and he has another one to go against Firebolt, who also comes from a win.
Yeah, I mean, not, even though it's a 2-0 victory for cYpHER, I mean, it is cYpHER we're talking about at the end of the day, you know? The man lives and breathes Quake Live at this point. Very, very tough opponent to play against. And, I mean, on top of that, I think Razy really, he had a great start.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. They are staying on this server.
Vote passed.
Nice. I think, let's see, what's our other picks and bets? I imagine Furious Heights is picked by cYpHER. Yes. Firebolt wants to play Hectic again, same as against Razy. Tiebreaker will be Sinister.
It's going to be interesting to see these two players actually going for it as Firebolt. Like, yeah, Firebot's definitely a more defensive-oriented player in general.
Thank you, Mesmerize, for the support. Yeah, so I wonder like how Firebolt is playing this, like if the score is going to be higher than cYpHER versus Razy.
Don't expect a high-scoring match because Firebolt is, as I said, like he's overall a very methodical and slow player. And even if Firebolt ends up falling out of control, I don't expect him to keep dying over and over again. But it's hard, you know, like it's very hard to say that like Firebolt's going to be able to take even a map away from cYpHER. You know, that's just the reality, the caliber of a player that he is. But whether it's gonna go better for Firebolt than it did for Razy, I mean, yeah, that's kind of a question up in the air. But now just waiting for both players to be ready. We have them in the server. Just waiting for them to ready up. Any Rafa matches today? Asks Chaos Sanctuary in the 250 FPS chat.
I think so.
Yes, we do have. We do have 2 Rafa matches today. One is going to be immediately after Firebolt versus cYpHeR. That's Razy versus Rafa. So Razy gets another go. Another chance to win a match.
Yeah, the one that's flickering right now, that is the match we are at. So we have Razy versus Rafa after this one. Gilson versus Firebolt. Gilson versus Rafa. Gilson versus Agent.
Yeah, a lot of heavy hitters. Unfortunately, Ash had to postpone his games. But still, a lot of heavy hitters today. Really like a kind of a standout match.
Yeah, waiting for the players to ready up.
A standout week, I mean. But...
Oh, and we are at 300 viewers combined.
300 viewers. Nice.
That's not bad for a Sunday.
That's not bad for a Sunday. That's not bad for a Quake stream.
No. Plus 52 from YouTube. It's a great Quake Sunday.
Yes, indeed. Really, thank you everyone for tuning in. It's great to see so many people, gathering together to watch some Quake. We might not be the biggest esport that has ever been, but gosh darn it, we got the energy.
We are the we are the oldest.
Yes.
Yeah, almost 1,000 viewers. Yeah, and there's also a South African Cup happening today. I see. There's also at least one streaming that on Twitch. Meaty is streaming it on YouTube. I actually joined a couple of matches this morning.
The South African scene, I feel like, is also one of those that
it
doesn't get talked about, but actually they have some really good players there.
Yeah, they're also very tight still. Like it sounded nice. Quake and barbecue. They still barbecue together once in a while. So it sounds like a great tradition.
Yeah. Is there going to be a newbies tournament? Progressive asks. I mean, I don't know. It's we got EGB cups happening every single Saturday. We don't stream them usually. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, and that's like anybody can sign up.
True.
But you have to be ready that you're going to have to play against Agent and cYpHeR sometimes and other well-known players. So I don't know if I can really call that a newbie tournament, but it's completely open. There's the only qualifying thing really is just you signing up.
Yeah, I think it's seeded. It's not random. So yeah, so maybe your first match is against a heavy hitter, but then your next match in the lower bracket will be more on your own skill level. And it is practice.
Prepare to fight.
There we go.
3, 2, 1.
Firebolt.
Firebolt it is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it gets the Maggie.
The Maggie.
The Maggie. And the yellow. Oh, cYpHeR got the heavy. No, the red. It's
The ready.
the ready.
Ooh, cYpHeR actually dropping down pretty early, and I mean, it's Firebolt moving in, unable to get any real damage done, and I think that scenario...
Double back from cYpHeR, like, yeah, he knew that there was a tasty yellow, and Firebolt is surprised. He's in trouble. Nice. Nice recognition by cYpHeR. Like blocking Firebolt up. Oh, nice. Yes, okay. Go cYpHeR.
That little knockback by the rocket actually sending Firebolt over the Mega, that was beautiful. There's gonna be just nothing for the Lithuanian player. Which I still don't understand, why does Firebolt use the Welsh flag? That's the Welsh flag, right? Even though I'm pretty sure it's Lithuanian.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, very quick
Or
quick
it's,
frags for cYpHeR.
or it's Game of Thrones. That's maybe. That's also over dragons, right?
I mean, there do be dragons, I know that much. The GB Cup's not really newbie tournaments. I mean, yeah, but you know, there are no newbies in Quake. It's just all us old farts. Ooh, cYpHeR actually taking a massive amount of damage. Firebolt preemptively looking the wrong direction, expecting the cYpHER's gonna go up the jump pad. That doesn't really happen. Allows fire.
cYpHER's like Neo, dodging those bullets.
Yeah, I am surprised that it went as bad as it did for Firebolt, given that the start of the engagement was decisively in Firebolt's favor. cYpHER raining the rockets down onto his opponent. Gonna buy him a little bit of time. If he can at least keep rotating these yellow armors, he should be able to get back to a position where, where he feels comfortable taking on a head-on fight. And actually, Firebolt, as he goes for the red armor, ends up giving up a Mega in the process. That's one of the things you have to look out for on Furious Heights. Staying on the low ground doesn't give you a whole lot of opportunities to control both items if they end up being synced.
Oh, the next threat is going to cYpHER quite clean. Yeah, he's also able to get in between Firebolt and the Mega Elf. Firebolt actually going on an adventure. I think he's doing decent damage, although this with the rail, missing the rail and just being electrocuted after.
But the rockets, they're connecting. Oh, but the face full of buckshot is gonna finish Firebolt. But yeah, as you said, like, the damage output isn't, like, it wasn't bad. He had an opportunity to at least, like, get out of there with some reasonable damage being dealt. And you can see that right now, like, cYpHER, even though he got the kill, he got the red armor, he's not, like, super healthy. What an angle. What an angle by cYpHER.
I think he has a master degree in angles. He's reading Firebolt like also the position in that choke point. He just knew that if he sticks to the wall, the first rockets missed. He's seeing in the future. I look like. So he's not only dodging rockets like Neo, he's seeing in the future like. But he isn't invincible. Firebolt appears on the scoreboard, doesn't really have the ammo left to make this clean frag. He doesn't get the frag anyway.
I mean, I kind of like that move by Firebolt, actually. I mean, he does get the immediate refrag, so still it's going to be 2-5. Still cYpHER leading, but I kind of like that maneuver, to try and push his luck. A little unfortunate that, you know, like some of the plasma just doesn't connect. But still, overall, not tactically the worst decision that you could possibly make there. And at the end of the day, like, Firebot right now, he's not, in terms of stack, not far off from what's where cYpHeR is. Red armor is up. cYpHeR already setting up for it. Takes one rail, though. And with the armor shards and the yellow being up, Firebot, in my opinion, still comes out on top. This is a good opportunity for Firebot to start making something happen. Ooh, but cYpHeR being cYpHeR, just hitting rail after rail. Ooh, but as I say that,
Yeah, they're trading blows and misses.
Firebot clearly frustrated.
Yeah, I think he didn't want to fall down.
Yeah, like, if he stood on the same level as cYpHeR there, that's just, I think, a pretty easy kill. Even if cYpHeR hits, like, some really great shots there, Firebot's stack was sufficient to get a kill there.
Right, listening out where cYpHeR is going to. Yeah, Firebot still has decent control. Gets this yellow also. Oh, but the damage output is now coming from cYpHER, not from Firebot.
Yeah, it's gonna be really hard for Firebot to break cYpHER's defense. Oh, catching Firebot off guard. That's like, what, 200 damage already inflicted. cYpHER getting away completely for free. Finally, here comes some damage output from Firebot, but the red armor is not coming up for another 2 seconds, and cYpHER gets his 6th frag, and that completely destroys, in my opinion, any chance that Firebot had.
Yeah, he smelled blood. And,
The plasma gun being very treacherous, actually, for both of these players, almost getting the cYpHER killed.
nice, cYpHER also jumping down to steal the weapons.
Well, that's gotta be a GG at this point. 1 minute 10 seconds remaining. Current score is 2-9. cYpHER in the lead.
1 minute warning.
Firebot actually, like, yeah, like, his start didn't go very well, but once he started establishing some semblance of control, it took a lot of work. It definitely took a lot of work to get there. It took a lot of work to hold on to it, but a couple unlucky engagements, and it all goes back into cYpHER's favor.
Yeah, cYpHER has had also a couple of great reads. And also like while cYpHER or while Firebot had the control, like cYpHER just appeared out of nowhere, doing tons of entry damage.
Yeah, there were definitely also, like, a couple situations, like, I'm thinking right now, like, you know, Firebot, he was standing on red, he had cYpHER cornered, but still, just, cYpHER able to fool a Firebot, you know, into thinking that, like, oh yeah, I'm totally going up the jump pad, and then actually double backing and getting tons of free damage. Similar situation when just a fight for the red armor happened. Firebot going for the yellow. cYpHeR once again just double backing Firebot, completely unexpecting it.
Passed.
So very, very nicely done by cYpHeR, reading his opponent, just hitting his shots. Masterclass in its own right.
Yes.
Prepare to fight.
We are starting on a hectic second map between Firebot
3,
and cYpHeR.
2, 1.
This was Firebot's pick, you said, right?
True.
I am interested to see how this is gonna go.
Well, he has a decent first start.
Very good LG burst there. Can he get an angle on cYpHeR? He tries chasing. Setting up some cheeky shots through the gratings there. But no luck. Firebot. He does have rail. Ooh, rails do exchange.
Yeah, also pushing cYpHeR away from the red. But he isn't healthy himself. Both
Yeah,
are,
you can see like
are on death's door.
nice. I like that rocket jump, you know, cYpHeR going through the teleporter there to actually get to the mega quicker. Puts Firebot now in a pretty precarious position, as all he really has at his disposal is currently the railgun. Ooh, good shots though, very good shots. That's 3 in a row. 4 even, 3 or 4 in a row. Gonna get Firebot his first kill.
Lead taken.
And he's not stopping. Firebot should have heard where cYpHeR spawns. Oh, and cYpHeR actually going through the teleporter himself. He's gonna regret that.
Didn't do enough damage.
now.
Oh no! Wow! Look at that. The midi just before dying. Yeah, Firebot taking a jump pad, which makes his arc predictable, but still, it is a rocket. It's not hit scan.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, like, yeah, Firebot, like, he... Going up jump pads in Quake in general is more often than not the death sentence, but with how much stack he had, he could absolutely afford to do that. And, I mean... After all of these engagements, Firebot is still looking pretty healthy. He hasn't really fallen below 200 total stack. cYpHeR able to steal the red armor in the process. But it just is not enough.
Oh,
Very nice move there by
yeah.
Firebot, recognizing the spawn. And look at the item rotation now. It's practically perfect for Firebot right now. If he can just keep the high ground, connect one rail, perfect. This rocket is also going to put cYpHeR in a terrible position where he can't really achieve a whole lot. Mega's coming up any moment now. So Firebot already in position. Full rotation on Hectic is... It's not just, you know, that you have the control, it's more about the momentum. Very similar to how it is on Aerowalk.
Though now cYpHeR has the upper part to himself. Firebot, yeah, doesn't really see an entry without taking much damage. He does punish the pickup. Fight for the yellow. Yeah,
Very unfortunate engagement for Firebot. Burnt all of his stack and not for much in return.
Yeah.
What an angle.
Yeah, and also
What an
cYpHeR removed the green. Ooh, he jumps though to the red. Firebot is
Again,
okay.
that's again 3 rails in a row by Firebot. And look at this, like, yeah, cYpHeR each got 100 armor, but 6 health. Literally 6 health. Like, so Firebot could just rush him with the machine gun, and it'd be a really big threat to cYpHeR right now.
But maybe just cYpHeR calculated his stack, because he made it the jump to make his own shot easier, but that also makes him an easier target. Oh, nice. Yeah, he's just min-maxing right now.
Oh, Firebot very early on that red armor. cYpHeR making the correct read on the spawn as well. It's not gonna work out in the end as a Firebot able to get a refrag. I mean the frag difference.
It would have looked really cool if he was able to get that frag actually. It's like he did try to go for it with the railgun.
Yeah, like a flick like that. Oh, would love to see that. That's like some frag movie material there, you know.
But yeah, is this the downfall actually? Firebot has now solid control. Oh, those rockets are hurting him. Thankfully, those rockets are doing enough for cYpHeR to push Firebot away. Although, oh no, he misses out on the Mega.
You say that, but yeah, look at this, like cYpHeR just hitting rocket after rocket, completely denying any positioning for Firebot. Wherever he goes, there's explosions all around like it's a Michael Bay movie. Oh my, and Firebot again, just a little bit too early to the red armor, unable to steal it. cYpHeR on 7 health, 1 frag difference. We have 4.5 minutes remaining. cYpHeR, he still has to be very careful. Like 7 health, he's been on 7 health for like half a minute now. Complete overkill there with the railgun, but gonna get the job done.
Oh, cYpHeR falling onto his doom. Yeah,
what's most surprising is,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so even the frags that cYpHeR is getting, Firebot is just like he's doing a ton of damage before dying, which is like is why he's still in this match.
Yeah, he, like, that's what I mean. Like, Firebot, as I said, he's not one of those players that we really tend to think of, but his damage output, really, it is respectable. The accuracy numbers don't really represent that, but like, hitting 20 out of 30 rails, like, that's respectable, especially with how, you know, cYpHeR plays, and he doesn't expose himself for too long, and in straight up rail duels, cYpHeR has been losing. cYpHER has just been straight up losing in them.
Oh, great push from Firebot. Oh, cYpHeR doubles back. But this time Firebot is prepared. He even got the Mega Health before it, so that was a nice lifeline. He is in trouble though, in survival mode. But cYpHeR, yeah, is that health himself, and that is like pretty much the whole picture of this match is that Firebot is just doing a ton of damage every time cYpHeR gets into a fight.
cYpHeR once again just left on barely any health. There he goes. Turned into sparks.
Yeah, so I should say that he said that Firebot is a pretty conventional player, but that's also what I see when we see look at the pickups. Good damage output and good control. cYpHER struggling. He still has 2 minutes, but yeah, again, he cannot do anything after this frag because he doesn't have the stack to move.
Yeah, I mean, like, cYpHER, he's getting some damage in, but in the end, wow. Firebot actually taking a map away from cYpHER. 14-8 is going to be the final score. Damage output basically the same across both players, but when it comes to the item pickups, just look at that, like 10 red armors for cYpHER's 8, but more significantly 11 megas for cYpHER's 3. And that's including like the 2 situations where Firebot was like 2-3 seconds early to the red armor.
Yeah, cYpHER even doing 100 damage more, which isn't much actually, but it does paint a picture that it was about control.
Vote now.
In the end.
Vote passed.
Very, very well played by Firebot. Actually able to take down a map. Firebot needs 2 minutes, so we do have a little bit of downtime.
Tiebreaker will be Sinister. Start prediction. Okay,
Sinister does feel like more of a cipher map, to be honest.
I'll quickly hop to the bathroom and be right back.
Very well. The first map. So first map was Furious Heights. Pretty decisive victory for cYpHeR. Firebot had a couple good moments there, but in the end, once cYpHeR got into like decisive control, like it really feels like Firebot couldn't do much. Rafa himself taking notes for the upcoming match, aren't we? So 1-1 currently. Yes, the real tune, Firebot did indeed win map number 2. Always love to see an underdog story play out in their favor.
Prepare to fight.
Okay, players are ready. We're starting.
3, 2, 1.
We are starting on cYpHeR? Yes, cYpHeR. We're starting on cYpHeR, the Belarusian legend himself. He's seen it all. He's seen Quake Live, he's seen Quake 4, he's seen Quake Champions, and that's why he is so well respected among the competitive scene. Actually, very early for cYpHeR to get pretty much full control over the map. The upper yellow armor is up. Even that one's gonna go over to cYpHeR. Firebot has been pushed off of the radar completely. He's gonna have to rely on just the yellow armor on the bottom of the map to get anything done, and maybe catch cYpHeR off guard. Firebot right now is sitting on Mega. Does cYpHeR know that? No, he doesn't seem to know. Firebot went through the teleporter right now and actually moved over to red armors. cYpHeR has no idea. He's just gonna be rotating the items while looking out for his opponent. Footsteps have been heard and cYpHeR going in full on aggression. Massive LG damage.
He got pushed on that corner. Oh, he does spawn near the red, so that's a victory. cYpHeR, like, as always, Firebot just is able to do a ton of damage before dying. So even if that was really cYpHER's fight, the damage output still was there from Firebot. And look at it, yeah, he can just follow this up and go for the refrag. And the rotation benefits him.
Yeah, going immediately for the red armor off spawn. Good move there. He realized that he did so much damage. That's gonna allow Firebot to just play aggressive. Takes quite a lot of damage in the process, but still. Off to an early lead. Not by much, just one frag. Still very respectable. Oof. cYpHeR. Rockets whizzing by. Singeing his eyebrows. Oh, and cYpHeR actually going for the rocket jump, but Firebot, not expecting it, gets absolutely demolished, and the lead goes back into cYpHER's favor.
Yeah, this time around Firebot did not do enough to justify really fighting for this Mega. Maybe he makes an appearance.
I like even this move by cYpHeR, you know, he knows that the red armor is up, but he's still hunting for some damage opportunities, you know, trying to make as much use of that red armor as possible. Firebot has found himself some of the yellow armors scattered across the map. But as cYpHeR approaches the Mega, he's just going to be quickly retreating. Red armor coming up anytime soon. I don't expect Firebot to really even show up for this. You can see that like cYpHeR even more so throwing off his opponent, going for the yellow armor first. Where is Firebot? He's not even looking for rail angles here, which is a little unexpected. Firebot now is on the upper yellow. cYpHeR is just as confused as I am.
Yeah, I think Firebot doesn't really know when the red is going to spawn.
Yeah, I don't expect him to know that.
Ooh, but
actually...
and the first rockets from Firebot is actually great. Like, but there is no follow-up. cYpHeR also had a lot of stack. He is able to remove the mega health and find the yellow, but he needs weapons. So that gives cYpHeR room to recover.
Yeah, I think a missed damage opportunity there by Firebot. Like, he should have expected that cYpHeR is going to be coming through the teleporter, given that that's basically the quickest route from the red to Mega. And I think Firebot actually spawned on the rail, so he definitely had some weaponry to deal some damage. But, I mean, still, he stole the Mega.
5-minute warning.
In the end, ends up giving the next Mega over to cYpHeR, though, which... missed opportunity.
Yeah, and the important thing is that he also lost the frag. So...
yeah, that's you know, compounding all things together. Not a great outlook for Firebot right now. Red armor once again being taken by cYpHeR. Firebot trying just his best to stack up using the yellows.
Yeah, still decent time to play for. A little bit more than 4 minutes.
420 Fears saying that Firebot doesn't want to fight this game whatsoever. Yeah, it definitely feels like that. I feel like Firebot is maybe being a little too passive. I know, like, cYpHeR...
Well, on the other hand, he's also not giving up angles to cYpHeR.
That's the thing, like, like, cYpHeR, he knows all the angles, right? He's gonna be looking for you, like, doesn't matter where you are. We can see this, or even though cYpHeR is not seeing Firebot at any real moment.
Because, you know, when
he's still constantly on lookout, yeah. He's still constantly on the lookout, and if Firebot even shows his nose anywhere, it's probably gonna get removed sooner or later.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, if you have an angle, the other player also has an angle.
Yeah, Firebot, right now, he was at the lower yellow armor. He, again, not staying for the rail angle, not even risking to get a little bit of damage in.
And I think...
But he does know the timing at this point.
Yeah, cYpHeR is fine with this status quo. Like, he's just happy with his rotation. And... he really... leaves it to Firebot to engage.
I'm surprised that, like, Firebot, he knew the red armor timing at this point. Like, this should have... I mean, maybe it doesn't matter all that much in the end, because he's more interested in the Mega.
Oh, okay, he's converting to an offensive stance on the Mega. cYpHeR still pushes him away.
Yeah.
Oh, great damage, actually. Oh, does he not have LGMO? Yeah, he does have LGMO, but tries it with the railgun, misses everything. Yeah, cYpHER's way to his 5th track.
Like, oh dear, Firebot falling into cYpHER's embrace very quickly. I do just want to quickly reflect on, you know, Firebot not going for that red armor, and I think That does kind of make sense, because at the end of the day, Firebot was already at basically 200 armor. He knew that cYpHeR was as well. He was much more interested in the Mega at that point. Like, if he steals the red, it doesn't matter. He doesn't throw cYpHeR off. cYpHeR is still gonna know the timing. cYpHeR is, in terms of stack, there's not gonna be any difference due to that. So, yeah, makes sense
yeah.
from that regard.
I think actually the mistake was like going for the rail. When he retreated and he had cYpHeR like stuck with a little bit of those rockets damage, and then he just waited for cYpHeR to come, yeah, probably jumping to the red and then having the railgun out. But cYpHeR came around the corner with the LG out, and that was, yeah, then he still shot with his rail, so he got destroyed during the reload. I think if he just switched to LG, it would have... well, maybe he didn't
1 minute warning.
get the red and maybe also died, but at least he would have done a ton of damage to cYpHeR.
Yeah, and once you get so much damage in, there's definitely a possibility for a refrag. So the slight error in execution for the Lithuanian player, and well, with only 30 seconds remaining, I mean, yeah, he just didn't get a whole lot done on the map. He's getting some real damage in, and he's starting to play a lot more aggressive now, but it's just way too late. Like, look at these rails. It's not that Firebot can't do damage. Like, if he wants to, go for it. In terms of rail, he's actually out-damaging cYpHeR 2-1. Okay, LG not so much. And even then, like, he's sitting at a comfortable like 42% with cYpHeR at 47%. Those 5%, they don't sound a lot, but oh boy. Oh boy. But yeah, trying to build up, in my opinion, for the late game just a little bit too much. And not pushing the advantage when he had. GG's. cYpHeR